This is too early, but I'll do a video for you today. Okay, I traveled to Dallas. I hope you can hear me. Hey, Esther is like, hey. Okay, I know it's early, but tune in about 2 hours. I wonder what time it is now. In the next 2 hours, probably I'll do a video with you. I'm going to see someone, I think he's from Senegal. He speaks French. I'm going to learn some French today, okay? And he's going to show me around his shop, and you'll see how successful he is. So coming to America does not mean you just come to school. You can come and do business. You can come and do many other things. And then I want to share with you so you can follow the examples of those who have succeeded. Do you see the title today? Okay? James, did you see? James, Jiru, okay? Ivana, thank you. Did you see the title? Yes. Esther is like, we can hear you. Thank you so much. I'm in my hotel room. I traveled yesterday to Dallas. Remember I told you I booked a very nice hotel, fancy, somewhere. And I reached there. It was a disappointment. It was depressing. I told them, hey. And by the way, luckily, I had booked a suite which has a separate living room and a bedroom. And then they gave me one room that is just there. And then I told them, hey, I have a son. I can't share. They're like, okay, it's okay. You can cancel. So I canceled and got a regular small room. And I'm very happy where I am. I'm spending 3 times less. And I still get what I want. So I'm not going to show you the suite. I wanted to show my people, okay, where I'm going to stay. I won't stay there, okay? Thank you so much. Happy Sabbath. I see all of you. Yes. Okay, did you see the title today? I felt inspired. I felt inspired by a follower yesterday. This is too much lighting. What's going on? I felt inspired by a follower yesterday. She called me. I was driving. She's like, Janet, I have some questions about student visa. And I said, I'm inspired to come and share with you this story of student visas. My friends, if you haven't applied for F1 student, please consider doing that right now. Okay? Why does Janet say that? As you can see today, the title is Scramble for student visas. I just believe in student visas. Universities do not have international students. Okay? The world is in the pandemic. Oh, so and you guys come from a place, you're so lucky you've never been locked out. Are you understanding? Some places in Asia are closed. They can't come. Places in Europe, they can't come. Universities depend on international students. And Janet has said this over and over and over again. Okay? Someone in Zimbabwe tell me, I don't know how you will say in Shona. Me, I'll say in Swahili, mwenye masikio asikie. There was a man called Kilembendile in Kenya. He said, mwenye amesikia na asikie. You know what I mean? Like, I keep on preaching and preaching and preaching and preaching. These opportunities of a lifetime student F1 visa. Janet has explained how. Okay? And I explained to you how you'll pay. Don't be scared. Okay? Universities are looking for students. And there are 2 advantages right now, among many, many advantages. Okay? So now, they don't have enough students in the international office. That's the first opportunity you have. That means your international scholarships will not even be that competitive. Number 3, the jobs will be readily available. There's labor shortages left and right. And last year I came here and explained to you as international students to go and apply for work permits. Yes, you heard me right. Last year, there was a time when they were giving students work permits. I don't know if that program has been cancelled. I haven't seen anything yet. And I promised that girl I'm going to do my research and come back and present. Because never have you seen international students getting work permits to work off campus. For those who followed me, you hear me saying, okay, student F1, you only work 20 hours per week on campus. That is the law. And it comes with your visa and the passport. You don't need a work permit. But now they are giving you an opportunity to go and apply for a work permit with the immigration and come and work. Do you know what it means to work off campus? You can work $20 an hour, 30, 40, 50, who cares? So long as you find a job. Okay? So I'm going to do that study first. Don't say, Janet, say we can work off campus. No, for you to work off campus, you need permission, work permits. And most of you are familiar with OPT. Those are things after graduation. Or during school, you can use OPT, optional practical training. You can use CPT. Okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about a regular work permit. And I've told you, you can always apply for hardship. Janet does this video. She has to throw in the important points. Hardship. I just have to tell you about hardship. Okay, hardship, if you haven't followed my videos, again, that is possible to work off campus. What will lead to hardship? Maybe you got sick, you lost a job. You see, your finances changed back home from your sponsor. They don't have that job. The currency has fallen. The dollar has become too strong. They've increased school fees. You've lost your job on campus. So you need a work permit so you can pay for your fees. You just explain yourself to uscis.gov and try your luck. That's what Janet teaches you. Don't just be falling for scholarships. Okay? Yesterday I was talking to one of my followers. She's in California. She told me, Janet, I always come on the page in the comment section and I share with people. She's in a school right now and it's called Lincoln in Oakland, California. Right now, write it down. And she said, Janet, I know Oakland is an expensive place, but who told you can't find roommates? But the school is cheap. That's one thing with schools in California. They are very cheap, but the living standards are very high. Okay, but if you can scramble and find a roommate, why not? This one, she's told me herself. And she's a good follower. She's in America. And she said, actually, that the school is even considering keeping her with H-1B. I've always told you non-profits have unlimited number of H-1B visas. They don't have to line up. You don't have to be in a lottery system to get H-1B. She's a student, and the school is already promising to give her a job and keep her there. When they keep you on H-1B, you can stay for 3 years. You renew another 3 years. That is 6 years. If you add the time you're on the student visa, we are talking about even 10 years. Before then, you already have a green card. So that's what we are going to do. What is the process of applying for a student F1? By the way, if you're familiar with this, it's up to you. Okay, don't judge the people that don't know. Some people are hearing the word F1 for the first time. Janet has been doing this for a long time. So when she does these things, she's just trying to help her people. F1 student visa, that is the visa you come with in the United States to go to school as an international student. How do I apply for it? The first step is to identify a school. And Janet has always said you want to identify a cheap school, a school that you'll be able to afford. Okay, if not, you can always come here. After one semester, you request to transfer to another cheaper school. That's always an option. If you don't find a scholarship, if you don't find other people to teach you how they pay for school, if you don't find the loans that Janet has talked about, Empower and Stealth. Okay, I'm just pouring knowledge. I'm just pouring knowledge. All I'm telling you, you should, the thing that is between you and here is the embassy. And right now, the embassy has the interest of the United States to fill those classrooms with good students. Okay, so this is the time you go, identify a school, community college or university. That's the first thing. You identify a course, you apply. The big thing, they want a bank statement. A bank statement does not have to be yours. It can come from your immediate family members, your brothers, sisters, mother, father. Honestly, a close family friend. The school will just want someone to sign an affidavit of support that the bank statement you have is theirs and they are willing to support you financially. Once they have that bank statement, if they're asking for 15,000, you produce 15 or 20. If they're asking for 20,000, you better have that bank statement. And you just fill in the measure you want, okay? Once you fill in and they give you an I-20, an I-20 is admission to the United States. In fact, you don't even need the admission letter. If you show up at the embassy and maybe you forgot an admission letter in your suitcase, I don't think the embassy is going to return you. If you have the I-20, it speaks volumes. I-20 is the document for admission anyway. But of course, carry everything. Admission letter and I-20. That is how they will process you with the immigration. That is how they will follow you when you come to the United States. They know the I-20 is identified to this person. And then they will always know if you're in school or not. Okay, so keep that in mind. So when you come here, you will be able to afford. And me, I always say, what is the worst that can happen? If something happens, you go back home, no one chases you. Home is always home, right? Home is always home. You can always go back home. And me, I believe nothing wrong is going to happen. Only good things are going to happen when you come with the right mindset of succeeding and doing the right things from day one. So student F1, identify a school you can afford, apply, get an I-20. When you get an I-20, book an embassy appointment. Right now they are tight, but believe you me, if you apply for an appointment, let's say you get, by the way, who told you are late for the fall? You are not late for the fall. Most schools you can get it for the fall semester. Fall means September, okay? August, you should be here. You are not late. This is when? July, August, okay, September, you're getting late with the deadlines. If not the January semester, that is the winter. Okay, the winter, semester, and then spring, and then we go back to summer. So you can apply for the next semester. Right now, as we speak, after this video, you go identify a school. Okay? It's very important that all of us get those admissions. You know, we are waiting for you to come so you can make your country strong. You know what I mean? I know that, and I know you're gonna make it. So once you identify that school, it's very important to know, you know, by the way, before I forget, you don't have to stick with the major you went to school for, but stick with what you have first. When you reach here, they don't care. You can always do anything you want. You see what I mean? You're probably an engineering student at home, or maybe you do business administration at home, or maybe you do history, education, Swahili, Shona, wherever you do, okay, linguistics, psychology, sociology. If you have a bachelor's degree in any of those, stick to the same degree. Apply for a master's in the same field. Don't contradict yourself saying, you know, I've heard nursing is good in America, I better apply for nursing. Of course, if it's your passion, you'll do it. But I'm saying is, for you to pass that embassy, you better make sense to them. So if you're in education, stick with education. If you're in business, stick with education. If you're in engineering, stick with engineering. If you're in healthcare, stick with healthcare. Okay? Once you reach here, you will see how things work. No one cares. Some of you, you're probably doing something you never liked. Or some of you want to come and become the first African to show up in space. Me, I don't know who I'm talking to. And this is the country that will make you propel yourself to space. Who told you it's impossible? Now again, when Janet talks these things, people start thinking it's impossible. Now you start thinking, this is just for other people. That no, who says that? This is America, my friend. You come, you show up in those universities, you show up and you're a good student, you keep on staying close to those people. They will take you to space. One day we'll just see you in a spacesuit and voila, you are up there. And by the way, they are planning to go to Mars and then the moon. Who told you in our lifetime we can't see you spacing up and going to the space? Maybe I'm just telling you what is possible. I've lived here, I know. People that limit themselves are the one who get limited. By the way, that is another problem we have, but we are changing. You see, you just believe in yourself and you do it. They don't care so long as you're giving a service. You come here as a student, you become what I want. My whole point is, if you come and you want to do nothing and get a green card, fine. But crossovers as history students, stick with history. When you come here, no one is going to stop you from sticking with history. And then when you come, you can change to nursing. That's a possibility. Do you understand? You do what you want here. No one is going to push you to do anything you don't want. If you want to change a major, you change. But what I'm saying is you better make sense in the embassy. If you haven't watched my embassy videos, go down here. In fact, the other day I just tackled the embassy. So let me tell you, this student, she asked me. And I lost my train of thought. If you apply for school, let's say in January, and the appointments in the embassy are full until March, obviously you apply as an emergency situation. Go in and put in emergency situation because your school starts in January and the appointment, you can't go to the embassy in March or May. They will take care of you. Okay, let me repeat. Let me repeat myself. Sometimes I have to repeat. If you apply for a student visa and the admission is in January and the embassy appointments are full until May, okay, you go and request an emergency situation. Okay, now I'm clear. I know some of you will listen to me. Okay, so what I'm saying is nothing should stop you to come. Okay, now that brings me to the question of this student. She said, Janet, but I want to get some money fast before I have my I-20, I have my admission, and I'm wondering, can I defer? Can I defer this course because I have to find money? Deferring means pushing it ahead. I said, once you take the plane, okay, pay attention to this one. Once you take a plane as a student and they stamp the I-20 that you're leaving and you're coming to school A, you have to show up in school A. There's no deferring. And you have to keep up, okay? You have to keep up with 12 credit hours per semester. Okay? If that's how it works. You can't say, okay, now I have the visa. When I reach America, I'll try and stay 6 months and work off campus or work on campus, get enough money, and then I'll go back to school. No. Once you cross, you're committing yourself to that semester. If you don't, ICE, they coordinate. The school reports every semester who has showed up and who has not, especially since 9/11 happened. They keep tab. They want to know where these students are in the United States. That's why they fill out that I-20 and they send it to ICE. So every semester the school is supposed to report the affairs of the international student. And you have to keep up with the terms and conditions of F1 student visa. So if you decide, you better know that you, and that's why Janet comes in. I tell you, once you come, watch my videos. How are you going to pay for that? You better pay. You better get a job on campus 20 hours per week. You better try and apply for a work permit if you have a hardship. You better go to Empower and Steele and ask for a small loan before you drop out that semester. Okay? You better do what it takes. You better do what it takes. Learn from the people, from your country in that school, how they are paying. Hey? Chini chin. Chini chin. I was sneezing. I was sneezing. Some people thought I was saying something. Me, I was sneezing. Yes. Okay? And so there are many ways of paying for school fees. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you are home and you want to defer, if you're home and you want to defer, okay, you have to do it at home. That means you call the international office or admission office. They have to push. They say, hey, you are not ready for the winter semester. Okay, we'll push it to summer. And then they issue a new I-20. You see, the I-20 has to match with what you are going to the embassy and when you will show up. Okay, I-20 has to match your plans. You see, you have to match your plans. And I love all of you back. And I thank you so much for following. Okay, yes, I was sneezing. And some of you didn't even hear my sneeze, thank God. You know, sometimes when I sneeze, you better listen. And when I whisper, you better listen. You know, it's possible. It's possible. People come here and they pay for school. And the country appreciates international students because they bring good money to the economy through working and through paying. You know, and it's possible. Okay, but if one school A is expensive, you go to school B. If school B is expensive, you go to school C. You can always leave these big names and go to a community college. You do what you call trades. Plumbers are needed, okay? Carpenters are needed. You can still downgrade. And by downgrading, I mean downgrading in terms of money. Who say downgrading is something else? Downgrading just means you're paying less for a more valuable course. Okay? I love you so much for coming. So Scramble. The topic today is what? Scramble for student visa. And come back. All of you come back. I told you, today I'll be with someone else. Okay? I'm going to speak with someone from Senegal. He's going to speak very good English. First language is French. So we might start with French a little bit, but bear with us. French just a few minutes, but mostly it will be English. Okay? We'll speak English today. And we'll see. Okay, how he has succeeded in America. He came all the way from Austin. He's gonna be here in Dallas and will be here. So come back. Today I'm going to make 2 videos. This is bonus. So keep your bundles, keep your internet. Okay, I have nothing to show you in this hotel. It's just a regular hotel. Okay, I love you so much for coming. I love you so much for coming. Merci beaucoup. Shukran. Today I wore pink for you. Did you see? I've been matching my pink and no one has told me how nice they look. You better tell me why my things look nice. And I'm trying to look nice and in my clothes, and you are not saying anything. Can't you say Janet has a nice pink? Okay? And I'm trying to put on hips. You know how I'm trying to put on hips? Okay? I'm trying to put on hips. Look, the cake. I'm going to be eating cake so I can put on hips. You know? Some of you appreciate hips better. Yes. Do they offer only degree courses? You can do an associate's degree, or you can do a bachelor's degree, or you can do a master's degree, or you can do a PhD. Someone is watching from Uganda. Thank you so much, okay? I will see you in the next video, which is today afternoon. Yes, I'm in pink today. Pink dress. I will see you. I will see you. You like it? It's sleeveless. Even Janet has a shape. Janet has a shape. Some of you think Janet doesn't have a shape. I do have a shape when I wear a dress. And it has a slit. Yes. Sorry. Yes. I will see you in the next video. Muchas gracias. Asanteni. Asanteni for coming. Thank you so much for coming. You will come back in the next video afternoon, yeah? Someone is watching me from Nigeria. Thank you, something. Thank you so much for watching. Someone says, Janet, you look good. Yes. I love the pink. And this just makes me look formal. Okay, but if I want to look informal, America has taught me how to just be formal, and then like look, all of a sudden I'm no longer formal. All of a sudden Janet is ready to party. Right, I'm ready to party. Do you see? I'm no longer serious. All of a sudden I move from a professor and I'm ready to go to do you like my shape? Yes. I'll see you in the next video, okay? Muchas gracias. Kwaheri. Shukran. Thank you so much. Student visa. Go and apply student visa. That's basically what Janet is saying. Apply for student visa. Thank you so much. I love you so much.